That declaration was an act of courage. It reflected an unshakable belief that freedom would prevail. It became the constitutional and democratic foundation upon which Kosovo's journey towards statehood continued. Today, as we commemorate the 250th anniversary of the United States of America, we are reminded that the stories of our nations are connected by enduring ideals: liberty, democracy, and human dignity. And above all, the rule of law, and the belief that every people that has the right to shape its own future. These ideals inspired the birth of the United States of America 250 years ago. They inspire Kosovo's democratic journey. They continue to guide our future together. When Kosovo faced the defining moments of its history, the United States stood beside our people. It gave strength to our hope. It defended the principles we cherished. It helped create the conditions in which freedom could flourish. For this, the people of Kosovo will remain forever grateful. Thank you. At a time when the world faces profound geopolitical change, when democracy is tested in many places, and when freedom demands renewed commitment, alliances grounded in trust, shared values, and mutual respect become more important than ever. And Kosovo remains unwavering in its Euro-Atlantic path. We remain committed to democracy, committed to freedom, committed to peace, and committed to standing shoulder to shoulder with the United States of America and the wider democratic community. On behalf of the citizens of Pristina, I extend our deepest gratitude to the American people and to all those who across generations believed in Kosovo and contributed to our freedom, our peace, and the building of our republic. And today, on this historic 2nd of July, a day that symbolizes Kosovo's democratic choice of its unwavering commitment to freedom, I have the honor of sharing with you a symbolic decision of our capital city. On behalf of the citizens of Pristina, I have signed a proclamation officially declaring 4th of July 2026 as American Friendship Day in Pristina.
But I have to tell you, you're all aware that you have a political crisis in Kosovo right now. That you've spent a year and a half in a difficult situation where your institutions have not performed as well as you would have liked. I feel the same way about my institutions in the United States. We are suffering a crisis of confidence in exactly those ideals that you like us for. Now, I think we'll get past this, and I think we'll return to something like our previous ideals, but the world will have changed. We will have changed, and you will have changed. And I hope you get past your crisis faster than we're going to get past ours. Yours is less a crisis of values and more a crisis of normal political contestation. But people keep on asking me here in Kosovo, and when I first came earlier this week, I would try not to respond. What should we do? And now I'm more confident about my response, so I'll offer it. I think you should select a president. I think you should form a government and do it as quickly as you can. I wish our problems could be solved that easily. They can't. Until November, we're stuck with the crisis that we have. People also ask me, what should Kosovo's priorities be? And I've found during our conversations here, admittedly we've only talked to dozens of people, not thousands or hundreds of thousands, but I think there's a pretty firm consensus here. NATO now. EU soon. You have a difficult diplomatic road ahead in joining NATO, not only because of the 4 non-recognizers, but also because of the United States. You heard what Secretary Rubio said. That's not on our agenda right now when he was asked in the Congress. You have to make it on his agenda, and make it on his agenda in a positive way. That is by demonstrating that Kosovo membership in the alliance will add value, will contribute security, and not subtract security. I feel the same way about the EU. You know, the Americans wrote a Western Balkans policy recently that the State Department put out that does not mention the European Union. That to me is reprehensible because it leaves Europe adrift. Europe should never be adrift from the United States. And certainly Kosovo should not be adrift from Europe. So I hope that as you get more and more serious about NATO, you'll get more and more serious about the European Union as well. And that means not only passing all the laws and doing the acquis, it means the Copenhagen criterion as well. Democracy, rule of law, economic freedom.
I was deputy administrator in Mitrovica for UNMIC. And you know, we saw some very bitter and difficult confrontations in Mitrovica. And you know, of course, situation remains not 100% settled there in that area. We know about, as I told you, I was in Mitrovica, deputy administrator. We know all the difficulties there, and I'm not going to mention it, a Serbian political party that's dominated and influenced and controlled by Belgrade. I know all about that, and the difficulties and the subversion and the hostility that towards Republic of Kosovo that is still perpetrated by Belgrade with its backers in Moscow and in Beijing as well. And as someone who has fought for Kosovo to become a member of NATO, which I think will absolutely resolve many of these key issues, I'm telling you again, you will not be fully free until you confront the legacy of the past and recognize the responsibility. And it's not just the responsibility of political leaders. It's a societal responsibility. It's one that we have in the United States, each of us as citizens, to do our part, to confront our legacies. And it's one that you have as well. So with that, I want to again thank you. I want to thank Mayor Rahman for that. And I want you all on this occasion when we celebrate this friendship to recognize this is not coming down. Oh, we in America are higher than you and we're telling you what to do. Both of us on this journey together, this partnership, we each have our solemn responsibility. We in the United States and you here in Kosovo. And what we must do is stay together as partners on that journey.